Om Vandeham Sri Guru Srijuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitang Tang Sajivam Sadaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhannitam Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militang Yena Tasmai Sri Guravi Namaha Devang Dibbatanung Suchanda Badanang Balarko Chelanchitang Chandrananda Purang Sadika Baranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitang Saraswata Nang Baram Banditang Subhadang Madeka Sharanam Nyashisharam Sridharam Sri Saraswati Priyesta Sevanam Subhigraham Sri Saruparaya Ruparagarashmi Sundaram Radhika Sudibhya Bhavaranjitang Priyang Badhum Sridharang Bhajami Bhakti Rakshakang Chiraprabhum Gaurangaika Gati Brajasritamati Sri Gauradhamasthiti Shachastraika Britih Kusanga Bhiratir Dusta Bhatha Niskriti Sri Rupaikarati Sanatananati Sri Jivati Jastati Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Vijayati Gauri Agastipati Namo Yom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutali Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatta Deshatarini Namo Yom Vishnu Padaya Gaura Pristhaya Bhutali Srimad Bhakti Pramodaya Puri Goswami Namini Divya Jnana Pradatri Cha Prabhavi Janma Janmani Jnana Vairagya Deha Shastra Siddhanta Samvidi Namo Yom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutali Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namini Sivashobhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripavadhai Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhavi Namah Madhuryo Jala Premadha Sri Rupa Nuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastuti Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtai Dinatarini Rupa Nuga Viruddhaya Prasiddhanta Dhantaharini Jai Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaiva Cha Patitanang Pavunebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare I offer my most respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, my Guru Maharaj. Thereafter, both their divine graces, my other Guru Devas, Srila Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad Ji Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj Ji. Thereafter I offer my most respectful obeisance to the lotus feet His Divine Grace Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. Again, after offering my most respectful prostrated obeisance unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, my Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Prabhupada, and Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, all my Guru Varga, Rupanuga Guru Varga, I am humbly begging for their causeless mercy be bestowed, to be bestowed upon me, be bestowed upon all of you. Hare Krishna. So, today I have been requested, I've been specifically requested by Tilaknath Prabhuji, Kundalata Devi, Didi, to be speaking on the topics of how I have experienced, I saw Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad Ji Maharaj together. How did I see both the exalted pure devotees of Lord together several times? How I experienced them, realized about them being in their close connection. In other words, what are my sweet memories, beautiful, invaluable memories about both their divine graces, having interactions, intimate, releasing their intimate relationships through Krishna Katha. Okay, how I also got fortunate chance to serve, though for short times, but to serve Srila His Divine Grace of Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Ji, Prabhupada Maharaj, besides, alongside serving my Guru Maharaj for years. So, today I am going to speak on that topic. See, just making some background work, introduction, answering the question, if you have in your mind, how could I happen to see both their divine graces together, Srila Guru Maharaj and Swami Prabhupada together? What was my age? See, actually, fortunately, I have been I have been born and brought up, mostly brought up in Navadvip Dham. So, by some causeless grace of their lordships, Mahaprabhu divine couple, my Guru Maharaj, I was fortunate enough to be born in a devotee's family. My biological parents, maternal grandparents, paternal grandparents, all were initiated disciples of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. So I had that fortunate chance to be born in the devotee's family, in Guru Maharaj's disciples' family. So that way, from the very beginning of my birth, since I was a baby, I could not remember anything, but later on I heard from my mother, my parents, the Guru Maharaj, Krishnamai Devi, that I was placed before the lotus feet when I was a baby. I was 1 month old around. So my mother brought me and placed her baby before the lotus feet of Guru Maharaj, touched her feet, touched Guru Maharaj's feet and rubbed, on my body, so blessed me in that way. So that way I came in contact with Srila Guru Maharaj from my babyhood. So when I did not remember anything. Later I heard about all that from my mother, my parents, also from Guru Maharaj in a sweet way, playful way. So then when I was 3.5 years of age, 3.5 years of old, I could remember everything. Playing with Guru Maharaj. So why I am describing all this? Just to make a groundwork. So I could have some fortunate chance to have darshana of Srila Swami Prabhupada ji Maharaj. Okay, when he first came to India after his successful preaching, after after the first installment of his successful beginning, successful preaching of Krishna consciousness in the West, in America and other countries, when he first went to India with his disciples, with all his disciples, maybe around 10, 12, I could remember, I saw, because before 1971, because I officially joined Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math in 1971. But before that, he went to India. So I could remember that he came to Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math with many of his disciples at that time. And I did not yet officially join Chaitanya Saraswat Math, because I joined Srila Guru Maharaj Math, Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math, officially for the full time when I was 10 and a half years old. But I even saw Srila Swami Prabhupada along with his disciples in Navadvip before officially joining Navadvip Math for the full time. Because I used to come with my parents. Naturally, they used to come to have darshan of their Gurudeva. Okay, off and on, time to time. Naturally, they would be coming to be having darshan of their own Gurudev. And being their child, I would also be brought. They would also bring me with them, okay, to see Guru Maharaj together. So that way, and then because I had maternal uncle's house, maternal grandparents' house, or my mother's house in Navadvip, it is situated within the area of Chaitanya Saraswat Math. Okay, do you remember that? My maternal grandparents' house within the Chaitanya Saraswat Math area on that side, on the side of, cow residence. Okay, so whenever my mother used to come to have darshan of Srila Gurudev, of her Guru Maharaj, okay, later on he became my Guru Maharaj too. So then naturally he would bring me. So she would bring along her child, and then used to be staying in her own parents' residence for months there. So that way I had the very lucky chance. So when it so happened one time that my mother was living there, okay, in my maternal grandparents' house, means in her parents' house, and I was also there. It so happened at some point Srila Swami Prabhupada, along with his first time Western disciples, just came over there for a visit to Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math. And I was very little, very young. I don't remember what age I had, maybe 4 years or 4.5 years of age. Okay, I could remember all. Sitting on the temple and chanting Kirtana. So, that was my first darshana of Srila Swami Prabhupada Ji Maharaj, accompanied by his own disciples. And then thereafter, I had his darshana several times, more than 6 times, in Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math, and also, I think, one time in Mayapur Chandadai temple during the time of Mayapur Chandadai temple inauguration. During the time of installation of the deities and temple inauguration, Srila Guru Maharaj was invited, very lovingly invited by Srila Swami Prabhupada ji. So accepting his loving invitation, Srila Guru Maharaj went over there, accompanied by Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, Srila Govinda Goswami Maharaj, myself. So went there. I can still vividly remember, that historical moment where both their divine graces shared the same Vyasasana. That is one and only picture. You cannot find second picture of that. Very rare historical picture. During the inauguration time, during the occasion of inauguration of Mayapur Chandadai temple, it happened. Where in those days, disciples were not so prepared, so trained up. Although Srila Swami Prabhupada indicated them to prepare 2 Vyasasanas, but they just made one big Vyasasana, very nice, gorgeous Vyasasana for their own Gurudev. They had no idea that they should also equally respect another very respectable god brother of their Gurudev, because in relationship, god brother of their Gurudev also great Siksha Guru. So similar type of Vyasasana should have been prepared, but they were not. They are innocent, very innocent. They did not know about. So at the last moment, Guru Maharaj was staying there because Guru Maharaj came before time. So when Srila Swami Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj came down together there, and as soon as Swami Prabhupada was going to sit, he found only one Vyasasana ready. No 2 Vyasasana, there is no another asana at all, just ordinary asanas. Then there was no more time to prepare another respectable Vyasasana. He simply, you saw that picture, you saw that video. After paying full obeisance to the deities, temple deities, they are coming to sit on the Vyasasana. All of a sudden, Swami Prabhupada saw one Vyasasana. He understood. He immediately took Guru Maharaj by hand and just lovingly made him sit on the same Vyasasana together with him. So it was so wonderful sight to see both the beloved God brothers shared the same Vyasasana together joyfully, happily. And it became the very rarest historical moment. You won't find the second one, that kind of photograph. And I was present there, a small boy in the crowd somewhere. Okay. If somebody scrutinizingly tried to find out, some boy standing somewhere may find my picture also. But it was overcrowded there. So I was standing in a corner nearby. So, and I lovingly watching that both the God brothers, beloved God brother, were sharing Vyasasana. And then Kirtan began. So I was there. I can vividly remember.
Maharaj, you can see Govinda Maharaj in that picture also.
Yes.
Sitting
but there are others also.
Yeah.
If you scrutinize, if you find out from the archive, you could find the photo of Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj.
We have the photos.
Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj also.
He was there also, okay.
Yes.
Look for that.
He was there, as far as I remember. I don't know whether he was in photo or not, but he was there with Guru Maharaj. Govinda Maharaj, Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, myself, all 3 were there with Guru Maharaj. I even slept in the same room with Guru Maharaj as his personal attendant during that time. His room was given close to the room of Srila Swami Prabhupada ji, I think on the 1st floor or 2nd floor, maybe most probably 1st floor. Still the building was still going on. It was nothing complete yet. But so during the time of temple inauguration, Mayapur Chandadai temple inauguration, still the development work going on. Construction work still going on, not yet complete. But still Swami Prabhupada ji wanted to make the inauguration earlier Okay, without waiting for everything getting completed, that would have taken a long time. And then doing the inauguration, also he was so busy in the international fields of preaching in the international field. So at that time he was in India. So he just wanted to utilize that time just to do the inauguration of the Mayapur Changadai temple and officially installing the deities, and then officially beginning the deity worships there. So back to the point. So I can still vividly remember, so alive in my memory. It just appears to be, it just happened the other day. Okay. So many years passed by. But see, time is a relative concept. So it is so living in my memory still, all those events, beautiful, wonderful spiritual events. So alive in my memory, it's like, seems to me, feels like it happened just the other day. That memory is so alive. Anything you love in your life remains so alive. Any sweet memory which you really love, feel attached to it, they stay so alive with. Anyway, our business is live nature, spiritual business, all of that of live character, nature. It never becomes dry. They're so wonderful, sweet memories. So, anyway, coming back to the point. But that took place later on. Later. That was not my first darshana of Srila Swami Prabhupada ji along with disciples. First, I received his first darshana accompanied by his first level Western disciples before that, even before that, in Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswati Math. Okay. So, then after 1970, he actually, before 71 and after 71, I took his darshana. Because whenever he came to India, whenever Srila Swami Prabhupada ji happened to be in India, came to Navadvip Mayapur Dham, he could not but come to visit Srila Guru Maharaj, his dear Sridhar Maharaj. Because also what happened, let me tell you all from the very beginning. See, in the very beginning, when he came from after his successful Western preaching for the first time in India, he had no place to stay there. At that time there was no ISKCON. ISKCON land was not bought, nothing. It was only in the plan, in his mental planning. Okay, establishing ISKCON organization in Mayapur was in mind still. Master plan was still in his mind, in him, did not yet physically manifest. So during that time, one of the places he stayed was Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswati Math. Sometimes in Mayapur, sometimes he used to stay in Chaitanya Gauriya Math, I heard, or Jogapit sometime. But coming across the Ganga on the western side of the Ganga, he mostly stayed in Srila Guru Maharaj's temple, Chaitanya Saraswati Math. So I remember when he first came along with many disciples, he was given shelter. He was very nicely accommodated in one big house of Chaitanya Saraswati Math of that time. Still, you may have heard the blue house, we used to call blue house.
Yeah, we know the blue house.
Blue house. Okay, it was two-storied. The ground floor and first floor. You call two-storied?
Yes,
Two-storied. With the nice roof on the top. With nice rooms at that time. So Srila Swami Prabhupada ji along, accompanied by all his disciples, are given accommodation in that house. And so from there, he used to come to visit Chaitanya Saraswat Math in Navadvip. Where at that time there was no Natya Mandir, no good accommodation facilities inside the temple, specifically along with many disciples. So Guru Maharaj simply spared, offered that whole house, downstairs, upstairs, including roof, just for your use. You stay here, engage in bhajana, do preaching, it is your house. That was the loving mood. It's all yours. It's a nice area. So he happily stayed over there for few days, for several days, along with his disciples. From there, just maybe 3 minutes walking distance from main Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math, that is temple's house. From there he used to be walking to Srila Guru Maharaj's temple with his disciples, be there, be with Srila Guru Maharaj in Hari Katha, wonderful Krishna Katha, almost every day. So it became like his first center, at the starting point, much before he had Mayapur Chandodai temple. He bought the land and planned for that, much before that. So Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math was one of his main shelters, there. So at some point, Srila Guru Maharaj also happily arranged for giving him a respectable civic address in Navadvip Dham. When he first came, many of his disciples, Srila Guru Maharaj happily arranged for a very nice civic address, giving him a civic address. You understand civic address? Meaning, he invited many of the dignitaries of the localities, government officials and other professors and other dignitaries to welcome him, to officially be welcoming Swami Prabhupada for his successful preaching of Krishna consciousness in the Western countries and making the Westerners, Europeans, his disciples, devotees of Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna. So they are also happy. In order to recognize it, in other words, in order to give that recognition officially, in some respectable temple of the Navadvip Dham, there was some arrangement for giving him civic address, meaning praising, all addressing him in praise, glorifying him, glorifying his wonderful task, spiritual activities, glorious preaching activities in the West. So the residents, those dignitary residents of Navadvip Dham are very happy. They are feeling proud, so proud of him, that he kindly went to the Western European countries, inspired them to become Krishna devotees. So it was a very big thing, and it was something very laudable and marvelous for the Navadvipa people, for all the dignitaries. What to speak more of the Krishna devotees there, Mahaprabhu devotees, they are all greatly, greatly happy and feeling so proud of him. So Guru Maharaj made some special arrangement in Navadvip Dham to give him that civic address, in other words, to glorify his successful preaching of Krishna consciousness, successful Krishna consciousness movement in the very beginning in the Western European countries, and officially giving him official recognition by their intelligentsia and dignitaries over there. So there he also spoke, Guru Maharaj spoke, many other dignitaries spoke in praise of Srila Swami Prabhupada, and his successful preaching of Mahaprabhu's divine message and precept, life and precept in the West. Okay, they gave official recognition in that way. So Guru Maharaj was behind arranging that. Okay. And of course, thereafter, whenever he would be in Navadvip Mayapur, he would have come to Mayapur, he would have, without any fail, he would have come to Navadvip Chaitanya Saraswat Math, okay, to be visiting Guru Maharaj. Okay, every time. So I had great fortune, because by that time, before 70 and after 70, I'm talking about these years. So I had the great fortunate chance to have his darshan of coming to Chaitanya Saraswat Math and paying visit to Guru Maharaj, both the God brothers spending hours after hours, sometimes days in Harikatha, okay, together several times, at least 6 to 7 times at least. Okay, one time in Mayapur Chandadai temple, all other times all in Navadvip Math, Chaitanya Saraswat Math. Okay, so I still remember. Okay, later on Srila Guru Maharaj just discussed, he just told me in a personal way that he was so happy to have arranged to give him civic address and some respectable recognition, because appreciating that he was a true representative, that he became a glorious representative to fulfill the desire of Saraswati Thakur and Bhaktivedanta Thakur. So Guru Maharaj felt in his heart, he was a true representative of my Guru Maharaj, means Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. Other words, so Guru Maharaj could lovingly feel in heart, he was an incarnation, Saptavesha Avata, he was an incarnation, okay, of the fulfillment of the desire of Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada and Thakur Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, that there will be Krishna consciousness, divine message, precepts of Mahaprabhu, divine Krishna consciousness, as presented by Lord Chaitanya, would be spreaded all over the world at some point. And Guru Maharaj simply felt about him, saw him as an incarnation, potent, okay, empowered incarnation of the fulfillment of the desire, that great desire of Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada and Bhaktivedanta Thakur. So that way, Guru Maharaj felt so happy. And he himself recognized him many times, and also made others, inspired others to recognize him with proper high respect in this way, and vice versa also. Okay, as Guru Maharaj upheld him, okay, spoke in praise of him, saying, oh, he's a Saktavesh avatar of my Guru Maharaj, Srila Swami Prabhupada, and Nityananda Prabhu. Saktavesh avatar of our Prabhupada, means Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, as well as Lord Nityananda. There is grace, mercy of Lord Nityananda flowed in his family even, in some subtle way, Guru Maharaj mentioned. So, and Guru Maharaj felt so happy upon seeing the fulfillment, the great desire of Thakur Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada now coming to reality, being translated into reality through him. Even at the beginning, Guru Maharaj could feel, before he got complete success throughout the 10 years. But from the very beginning, Guru Maharaj could sense it started happening, something wonderful, something most wonderful just started happening. It's just the beginning. It's going to develop more and more, and that's what happened. So that was Guru Maharaj's feeling. He, from the very beginning of his success, before complete picture of the complete success, Guru Maharaj recognized him as Saptavesha Avataro. Okay. He is empowered by the grace of my Guru Maharaj. Empowered by the grace, mercy of my Guru Maharaj Srila Thakur Prabhupada and Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Okay, it's now working, mysteriously working through him. Fulfillment of their desire now taking place, happening through him. So Srila Guru Maharaj also respected him, appreciated that reality accordingly, even from the very beginning, because he could foresee. Guru Maharaj had farsight, had farsightedness. So he could foresee the further reality of success going to come in future, even from the beginning. And thus recognized him very lovingly. In a similar way, vice versa, he also recognized Srila Guru. He spoke in praise of Srila Guru Maharaj so much. Srila Swami Prabhupada ji also spoke in praise of Srila Guru Maharaj. Sridhar Maharaj saying, I don't exactly quote him, but this is what he said. Okay, not exactly quoting, but he said, okay, in front of his disciples. I still remember when he was saying that in the before Guru Maharaj in that Harikatha assembly, in the Bhajan Kuti, in Guru Maharaj's Bhajan Kuti, looked at his disciples and remarked that I consider Sridhar Maharaj to be even my Shiksha Guru. But to speak more of you all receiving benefits, great benefits from his holy association and guidance. What to speak more about you all, okay, that you would be receiving great benefits from his association, holy association and guidance in that way. So he just openly, happily declared it, announced it, joyfully announced it, not out of formality, but he was feeling that way. As Guru Maharaj was also feeling that way about him, he was like Saptadesh Avatar, empowered incarnation of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Lord Nityananda. Guru Maharaj also felt there was some potency of Subala Sakha from Krishna Leela. Subala Sakha is the leader of the Priya Narma Sakha group of Krishna Leela. As we find both groups in the esoteric world of the Krishna Leela. Priya Narma Sakhi group, also in the female side, group of Priya Narma Sakhi, and on the male side, male aspect, Priya Narma Sakha group. So both Sakha and Sakhi, Sakha means he friend, male friends, and Sakhi means female friends. So both are intimate, both are intimately related in the esoteric Radha Krishna Leela. So, back to the point, Subala Sakha has been known to be the leader of the group of Priya Narma Sakha, the beloved male friends of Krishna in Braja Leela, Vrindavana Leela. So Guru Maharaj some way felt, upon reading his beautiful poem, very meaningful poem, what he wrote in Jaladuta. Okay, Krishna starting with Krishna tabo punna habe bhai, e punna koribe jabe, Radharani khushi habe, Dhruvavati bolito matai. So Guru Maharaj actually relished that poem. He relished and re-relished that poem. Loved to read that. Okay, that poetry. So upon reading that poem and feeling into his mood, most wonderful, intense, intimate Sakhya rasa mood. It was not Sakhya rasa only of general type, but also it was tinged with, related with Madhurya Rasa, because all the Priyanarma Shakha, that level of Shakha Rasa found on the level of Priyanarma Shakhas, not just only limited within general type of Shakha Rasa, but beyond that, it transcends, okay, up to the Madhurya Rasa level, like Shubala Shakha, Sridham, Shudam, Vasudam. They also help to promote Madhurya Rasa pastimes between Radharani and Krishna, besides other Priyanarma Shakhis and Manjaris. So we the devotees should understand about that fact also. So the Priyanarma Shakhas, most special type intimate male friends of Krishna, cannot be considered like ordinary Shakhas of Krishna. There is difference. So Guru Maharaj considered he was from that group. He felt Priyanarma Shakha group, and he has some special relationship, like extension of Shubala Shakha. Okay, mystically, mysterious way.
What Maharaj? You say Priyanarma.
Priyanarma.
And that means?
Priyanarma means most belovedly intimate friend.
Right.
Or very intimately beloved.
Like Priya means dear, yes.
Yeah, Priya means dearmost, very dear, or beloved. Okay, Narma means one who have access to the inner mood, inner love pastimes of Krishna, inner world of Krishna. Okay? Narma means that. Okay. Also that one who entertains Krishna's innermost love pastimes, entertaining Krishna. Okay, arranging everything, entertaining, organizing, helping to serve, gloriously serving, very intimately serving, to promote Krishna's intimate love pastimes in Madhurya Rasa, Priyanarma Shakha. On the male side, they are Priyanarma Shakha. On the female side, Priyanarma Shakhis and Manjaris. So, like counterpart of each other, like Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam, but he is Purusha in male form. So, to be befitting to his lila of male aspect, there must be also male group besides female group. So to complement each other, Priyanarma Shakhas are complementing the group of Priyanarma Shakhis, Manjaris, and they are also complementing group of Priyanarma Shakhas, almost same level, equal level, more than general type of Shakhas, usual type, more than general kind of Shakha Rasa level. Because Madhurya Rasa also contains aspects, taste of Shakha Rasa within. Madhurya Rasa contains all, Vatsalya, Shakha, okay, Dasya, Shanta, but different dynamics, in different flavor, okay, dynamics. So I have to explain so much. If I have to explain, okay, deeper into this Rasa now, Rasa aspects, Rasa natures, is another whole world. But sometimes devotees may have some question in mind. Okay, Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Shakha Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, how they can be included in the Madhurya Rasa, which way? Because they have different flavors, and different moods. So how? So we have to understand the Dasya Rasa, while Dasya Rasa is manifesting in connection, in relation to Madhurya Rasa, then the beauty, the flavor, the taste of that Dasya Rasa is much more than just only Dasya Rasa on the Dasya Rasa level. Am I clear? Dasya Rasa, while Dasya Rasa manifesting by itself, on its own level, by its own character, then it is manifesting in a certain way, a certain level, with certain flavor, certain jurisdiction. But it's not really transcending its own level. So Dasya Rasa is present with its own character, own natural character. Shanta rasa or dasya rasa. Similarly, all the rasas, sakhya rasa, vatsalya rasa, all are staying, all are manifesting with their own natural, basic, fundamental character. But when the same rasas are now included or accommodated within the madhurya rasa fold, embraced within the madhurya rasa world, then same shanta, dasya, sakhya, vatsalya, all these rasas are being extra qualified, are being extra blessed with extra qualification, transcendental qualifications. So the dasya rasa of the dasya rasa and dasya rasa of the madhurya rasa are not same. The quality of dasya rasa in itself, in a basic, in its original way, is one, and the quality of the dasya rasa found in the madhurya rasa much higher than that, transcending. So the basic concept, so the very fundamental concept of the dasya rasa in dasya rasa, or shanta rasa, dasya rasa, sakhya rasa, in themselves, and the same found in madhurya rasa are not same. Okay, they differ, they are distinct. The same rasas, while united with madhurya rasa, accommodated within, embraced within, so the qualities of all those rasas increase a lot more, transcending in connection with madhurya rasa. So beauty, flavor, taste, everything changes, transcending. So thus Priyanarma shakhas, the level of the rasa of the Priyanarma shakha is not just only usual level of basic sakhya rasa, general type of sakhya rasa, much more than that, tinged with madhurya rasa, okay, qualified, blessed with this taste, pure taste of madhurya rasa. So back to the point, I'm not going deeper into that, then it is another whole world of a rasa analysis. Okay, so back to the point. So Guru Maharaj at some point felt, upon reading that wonderful poem composed by Srila Swami Maharaj, feeling into the very mood.
Maharaj, forgive me, because we're being so absorbed in your kirtan and your guitar, we didn't give you the prasad garland from Guru Maharaj.
Oh,
please forgive me.
Why should you say it is your qualification? Okay.
Well,
I'd rather
should
say
have given this to you at the beginning.
no. Rather, I'm happier that you became so absorbed, you forgot. So I feel happier with this. Okay, it's more qualified way.
So I'm lucky.
So I should be thankful for that to you. It is opposite way of feeling forgiveness. It should be forgiven, rather other way around. Should be. Yeah, I do appreciate you forgot because of your absorption. Oh, so nice, wonderful. So again, repeating. Upon reading that wonderful poem composed by Srila Swami Prabhupada Ji Maharaj, Guru Maharaj felt something very special in that. Full of sakhya rasa. That poem was so filled with genuine, intense sakhya rasa. And he felt it was not just ordinary or general type of sakhya rasa. It was tinged with the mood, not just tinged, it was embracing some madhurya rasa mood, feelings in relation to Srimati Radharani. Because in that poem he was talking to, so Swami Prabhupada Ji was talking to Krishna to motivate him, to listen to him, to help him for his successful preaching. Being situated in the mood of sakhya rasa, so as a beloved sakha of Krishna, he was very nicely trying to motivate Krishna by talking with him, sweetly talking with him, Krishna, you listen to me. It is for your great benefit. Okay, please listen to me and accept what I tell you. Okay, accept my advice. You help me. You kindly, please, you help me to fulfill the desire of my Gurudev, Sri Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, who is so dear, so dearmost to Srimati Radharani, one of her dearmost beloved associates. So, and he has ordered me to spread your glories all over the world, to present your glories, to present Krishna consciousness all over the world. He has ordered me. And upon his order, Krishna, I am coming. I am going to the Western European land. You must help me. I cannot do it on my own. I cannot be successful on my own. My ability is so limited. Okay. So, you must kindly help me to fulfill the order of my Guru Maharaj properly, fulfill the desire of my Guru Maharaj. So you know very well, I am now going to the Western countries, going to America, Western countries. Okay, carrying on the order of my Guru Maharaj on my head to fulfill that, his desire. But you must help me. Without your help, I cannot do it on my own. And if you truly help me to fulfill the desire of my Gurudev, fulfill the order of my Gurudev through me, then you will be having a great gain in your life. So I am not asking you to do it just for nothing, only for my sake, but for my successful preaching. You will be receiving a special, something very special from Radharani. Okay, you will be receiving something very special from Srimati Radharani. Okay, you will be having a great gain by doing so. So if you fulfill the desire of my Gurudev, who is none other than one of the beloved associates of my Gurudev, then Radharani will be very pleased with you because you fulfill the desire of her beloved associate Nayanamani Manjari in the form of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada in this Leela. Then she will be so pleased, especially pleased with you, and then you will be gaining her special loving attention and love care. Okay, something very special love care from her. So please mind it. I am telling you, if you want to have that great special gain in your life, oh Lord Krishna, do it. Help me. Help me. Fulfilling the order of my Gurudev, desire of my Gurudev. Help me. See. And he was trying to motivate Krishna as a sakhya. He was advising Krishna, counseling Krishna, advising Krishna in the Priyanarma Sakhya mood, motivating him. And he was able to motivate finally. Finally, he could motivate Krishna. Krishna could not but listen to him, accepted. Okay, said, okay, fine. Tathastu. It will happen, so I will do it. And then we know the history, wonderful. It happened wonderful way within 10 years. So Guru Maharaj also pointed out, within 10 years, such wonderful thing happened. Okay. Could not happen without the special empowerment of Krishna, of my Guru Maharaj, Nityananda Prabhu. Also Radharani's grace behind. Srimati Radharani's special grace. In that poem, he spoke to Krishna, although in Sakhya rasa, but in more Priyanarma Sakhya mood. Speaking to Krishna to motivate him in relation to Srimati Radharani, in relation to his Gurudev, who is none other than Sri Nayanamani Manjari, one of the beloved most one of the most beloved associates, eternal associates of Srimati Radhika, in that way, directly in relation to Srimati Radharani. So he was motivating Krishna in relation to Nayanamani Manjari, his Gurudev, and also, directly in relation to Srimati Radharani. So, in a way, not in a way, not in kind of way, in this way, Krishna, this is your chance, this is your great chance. Don't miss this opportunity. Please don't miss this opportunity, most fortune-giving opportunity of your service to Srimati Radharani. What is that? Fulfill the desire of her beloved associate, Nayanamani Manjari, my Guru Maharaj. Okay? And I am simply being via media. I am representing him, so help me. If you can help me, I become successful. If you can make me successful, fulfilling the order of my Guru Maharaj, his desire, my Guru Maharaj will be very pleased. Means Nayanamani Manjari will be greatly pleased. And then Srimati Radharani, her divine mistress, goddess, beloved goddess, will be so pleased. And ultimately, she will be pleased with you and give you special remuneration. You will be receiving special reward. Don't miss this chance. I am telling you, Krishna, you have got a rare, most fortunate opportunity to please Srimati Radharani by helping me, by fulfilling desire of my Guru Maharaj. That was most beautiful, inner, esoteric, beautiful, wonderful mood. He was motivating Krishna as in the mood of Priyanarma Shakha. And it happened. Krishna listened, it happened. So, back to the point. So Guru Maharaj felt into that, felt into his nature of the prayer through that song composed in Jaladuta. Okay, intense, with intense love feelings, love prayer to Krishna. Motivating him, not just praying to him, motivating him. Devotionally motivating him to help him to fulfill the desire of his Guru. Krishna, feel like crying. So beautiful feelings. So, see, so both the exalted God brothers, both the exalted pure devotees, thus had some great mutual appreciation for each other. In this way, I remember still. In those days, there was no phone. In Guru Maharaj's temple in Navadvip, there is no telephone. Not even the, normal cable telephone at that time. So, on many occasions, he just came with his disciples. So Swami Prabhupada just came with his disciples all of a sudden, appeared in Chaitanya without any pre-information. In those days, it was like that. Still, that kind of culture is found in India. They just, without giving any intimation, prior intimations or information, they just go. They just appear, come in a normal way, normal, nice way, nice feelings. And the host also welcome them. Okay, come. They won't say, oh, you just appeared, you just came without informing me anything. How is that? They won't mind. It's like cultural way. Okay. Oh, happy surprise, like a surprise, giving happy surprise. So, few times, Swami Prabhupada ji came with his disciples like that. He came to Mayapur. Somehow or other, Guru Maharaj came to know through some messengers that Swami Maharaj, okay, he would not call Swami Prabhupada, I would call. To him, Swami Maharaj. To Swami Maharaj, Guru Maharaj is Sridhar Maharaj. In that way, they are God brothers. So he came to know through some information from Mayapur beforehand that Swami Maharaj came to Mayapur. So then he knew he was definitely going to come any day, any time, okay, to visit him. So he was happily prepared in that way. But when, which day, which time, not known. So came. So there is no even cable telephone in our mode, because in those days the financial condition of Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Math was not so stable. Okay, it was all going on a medium way, sometimes under financial crisis in those days. So after the Western devotees started coming to relate to Guru Maharaj, Western European devotees, then some Lakshmi Devi started flowing more. I also remember some points. Swami Prabhupada also clearly indicated to his disciples, I think to Bhavananda Swami Jayapada, to get the Natya Mandir of Guru Maharaj completed. Because of financial crisis, economic crisis, Guru Maharaj was not in a position to complete the structure of the Natya Mandir. Okay. As soon as it caught the attention of Srila Swami Prabhupada ji, while he was there in Chaitanya Saraswat Math, he immediately ordered his disciples to do the needful to complete that. Okay. And so later, the last part of the Natya Mandir was actually completed with the kind help, financial help of Srila Swami Prabhupada ji. In this way, even his contribution is everywhere, all over Chaitanya Saraswat Maharaj. Okay, his contribution in many ways, through his loving reciprocations with Guru Maharaj, through his residence, residing over there, okay, tasting, relishing prasadam, relishing harikatha, staying there, having beautiful, wonderful exchanges, beloved exchanges with Guru Maharaj, all that wonderful. Also, by making financial contributions on certain fields of Chaitanya Saraswat Math, okay, so that Guru Maharaj would not have felt under economic pressure for that. So, that way. So, back to the point. So, those days no phone, all of a sudden we heard Swami Maharaj ji, Swami Prabhupada ji Maharaj came to the gate of Chaitanya Saraswat Math. As soon as we heard, sometimes I used to be upstairs with Guru Maharaj. He just said, go down. Okay, welcome him. First pay prostrated obeisance to him and welcome, bring him over here. Okay, so I still remember, used to be running upstairs, young, running down, okay, to be welcoming him. By that time, he already entered the gate, gates of Chaitanya Saraswat Math. There was Krishna Sharan Prabhu, my elder god brothers like Aranya Maharaj, later on known to be Aranya Maharaj after Sannyas. So at that time, he was known as Krishna Sharan Brahmachari, Haricharan Brahmachari, and some others. Sometimes Krishnamai Devi, sometimes others. Whoever would be there, because it's all happening all of a sudden. You know, big surprise, big happy surprise. So they are not informed ahead of time. So as soon as whoever saw him, immediately went forward, paid full respectful obeisance to his lotus feet, and welcome, gave warm welcome. You could see some wonderful photographs of those days that he went to Chaitanya Saraswat Math, standing on the top of the temple before the deities, looking at the Bhajana Kutir of Guru Maharaj, okay, standing right on the temple of Chaitanya Saraswat Math, looking upstairs, meaning he could not wait any longer, okay, to be going upstairs and to see Guru Maharaj. Okay. First of all, he was paying obeisance to the deities, temple presiding deities of the temple there, along with his disciples. Then he was eagerly waiting, okay, to see Guru Maharaj. Even he was looking at Guru Maharaj, trying to feel into the Guru Maharaj consciousness, his bhajana kutir, him, even before going upstairs, to physically going up. Subtle feelings. Through feelings he was relating to Guru Maharaj, even before physically meeting him. You know. So after we offered all our respectful, our respectful loving obeisance to him, Dandavat Pranam, he would be looking at us, blessing us through his kind eyesight, through his merciful glance. He would be blessing us profusely, knowing the disciples of Sridhar Maharaj, his beloved God brother, upon knowing that we are none other than his disciples, his children. Oh, he would be so lovingly blessing through his glance, sight immediately. We'd be touching his feet, directly touching. I have touched his feet, lotus feet, many times, at least several times, touching his lotus feet, and rubbing on my head, smearing, if there is any feet dust, smearing on my head. And my body felt so blissful, felt so blessed and happy, blissful. Then some point would all take him up, to see Guru Maharaj there. Because Guru Maharaj was already old, he was in the old age, despite his desire to come down and receive him, but he could not always do it. Due to his old age, also had some low eyesight became a little low. So, but he would be sending us immediately, without waiting anymore, sending us, go and welcome him, immediately, and bring him up. I am waiting. Tell him I am also eagerly waiting to see him. So we'd be going, running to him, also as Guru Maharaj's messenger. Guru Maharaj's messenger. And then he would feel so happy at some point. He would climb up the stairs, he would go up on the bhajan kutir of Guru Maharaj, close to Guru Maharaj's bhajan kutir. And you may have seen some wonderful picture. In one of the pictures I saw, I could still remember also that moment. As he was climbing up, he was just climbing up the stairs to the, close to his main bhajan kutir. He was not even looking at his steps. He was climbing. Without looking at his steps on the stairs, he was rather looking at Guru Maharaj. Even before completing his steps, to see Guru Maharaj, almost, how to explain, like when you are so eager to do something, so eager, intensely eager, then you cannot wait any longer. Before even reaching a position to look at, you're trying to look at desperately. And not without even looking at his steps, he was stepping up. And a photo was taken exactly at that moment. It was a very rare photograph, a moment. Like he did not even finish climbing up one stair, but still he was looking at, in this way towards Srila Guru Maharaj. So it's a very meaningful photograph, and I would really greatly thank that devotee who caught that moment, who exactly caught that moment of the Leela of Swami Prabhupada. Feelings. It describes so much feelings in relation to Guru Maharaj. Then, it's so much so, if he would have made any mistake to step on the stair, accident may happen, although devotees are there to hold him. They would not let him fall. But normally we are careful about climbing up the stairs, not to miss it, we always want to be very careful to do it appropriate way, otherwise accident may happen. He was not conscious about, he was not caring about that. All he was caring, desperately just look at Guru Maharaj. Even before he was in a position to look at, straightway. Meaningful. It means so much love. Why I'm explaining this? To mean to you all, to explain, there's so much love between two God brothers. So much love. And I directly felt into that world. I witnessed, heart witnessed. I heart witnessed all that lila between two exalted God brothers. Exalted pure devotees of Mahaprabhu, divine couple. Several times. Yes, then by the time he reached Guru Maharaj in his bhajan kutir, oh, both the God brothers' joy simply knew no bound. We could feel into that world, directly feel into that world, as if we are also sharing the feelings. It was so strong and vivid and intense. It was not like invisible, so subtle. It was very subtle, very fine. At the same time, so intense, it was touching us. We could directly feel. So fine, so subtle, but also so powerful. So overcoming, overpowering. It was all around us. We could feel into that love, loving reciprocation between two intimate God brothers. You know, actually, they came in close contact with each other during the time of their Gurudev. History is there. There's big historical background of their relationship, of the development, of the mutual development of their mutual love relationship. It all began under the grace, under the shelter of Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Okay, so it all started under the grace of shelter during the time of Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada in relation to him. Because both are God brothers. So, and then thereafter, Srila Guru Maharaj was invited, was cordially, lovingly invited to his own residence. Srila Swami Prabhupada's residence in Kolkata. I repeat, Srila Swami Prabhupada several times, invited, cordially, lovingly invited Srila Guru Maharaj to be staying, living in his residence in Kolkata, engaged in preaching. So Srila Guru Maharaj used to be giving more than a month. Srila Guru Maharaj used to be giving classes on Srimad Bhagavad-gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, directly living in his residence when he was not yet manifested as sannyasi. Still he was in Garhastha life, ideal Garhastha life. So, but he was hosting ideal sannyasis, he's hosting his special type of God brothers in his own house, okay? Asking them, lovingly demanding from them, preaching of Krishna consciousness, living from his own residence, and he would be supporting. He would be giving complete support, okay? Giving shelter, financial support. In those days, he also used to be publishing Back to Godhead magazine, English magazine Back to Godhead from time to time. Whenever he had any, flow of money in his hand, okay, he would be spending it in service of Krishna, publishing Back to Godhead, or printing Bhagavad-gita in service. Okay. Anytime he would receive some extra money, he would be so happy to spend in some meaningful service to Krishna. So, those days, time to time, he would be publishing Back to Godhead magazine. Okay, not very systematically, because he also went through a lot of financial crisis at some point. So Swami Prabhupada ji, before he accepted sannyas and all, at some point business, there was some failure in business, one after another. Then at some point he talked to Krishna. Krishna, O Lord, Because I heard it. How I know? He was discussing about the same with Guru Maharaj, Bengali. And I listened. But that's how I knew. He talked to Krishna. Krishna, you are making me fail one after another. It means you don't want me to go on. You don't want me to continue with my material business anymore. Okay, fine. I give it up. I just give it up. You don't want me to do. Every time I start doing some business, I try for that, you make me fail. Failure. It means you don't want me to go on like this. What do you want? Maybe you want me to take sannyasa, be totally renounced and fully dedicate for you. Dedicate to you, to your service. I understand. Okay, let it happen. So let it be so. Then at some point, he just decided to leave everything behind, all his business activity, just behind, gave it up, and decided to take sannyasa. Life of full dedication, exclusive dedication, full-scale dedication. Okay, to Krishna's service, Radha Krishna Mahaprabhu's service. And he did. The way he took that decision, as he made that decision, final decision, also did accordingly. So back to the point. Their intimate loving relationship actually started from the time of their Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Prabhupada. Okay. Because they saw each other many times. They came in contact with each other many times during the time of Srila Sridhar Prabhupada in his different missions. And then thereafter, they also stayed together during the lifetime of their Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Prabhupada. They not only met each other many times, they used to live. Several times they lived with each other, sharing some preaching grounds, some preaching activities in Bombay, Allahabad, different other places in Kolkata. Sridhar Maharaj, and at that time, he was the then Abhay Charanarvinda Prabhuji, at that time, before sannyasa. So, lived together, stayed together, happily engaged in exchanging, sharing Krishna Katha, each other's devotional mood of Krishna consciousness, okay, sharing and caring for each other. So in that way, naturally, some very nice, intimate, loving attachment and relationship simply grew between those two. And then it furthered, it developed, blossomed more in course of time. It simply continued to be blossoming more and more, even after Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada disappeared from this worldly plane. That relationship, that feelings of that relationship never stopped. It continued to be blossoming, growing. Okay, some point it was almost in full bloom with its beauty and fragrance and taste, flavor. The nature of spiritual, high-class spiritual relationship, divine relationship, has got its wonderful flavor, fragrance, beauty, taste. No ordinary. Okay, it's marked by its infinite sweetness and qualifications in various ways, variegated ways. Wonderful, transcendental ways. How much of it we can realize, no matter what we realize, no matter how much of it we realize, we may think, I have realized all of it. No, still remains beyond, undiscovered by us. Still remains beyond. So, that's what it is. And I directly felt into that. I had that immense fortune several times to be feeling into that truth that beautiful reality of their intimate, loving relationship. So much intimately, mutually caring relationship between these two exalted personalities, exalted God brothers. I still remember, when you went up to see Guru Maharaj, at some point Guru Maharaj was sitting on his chair. We gave him another chair with asana. Okay, with full respect, we made some arrangement for him to sit on, Swami Prabhupada on a chair. Both the God brothers, then at some point both the God brothers started speaking to each other. And we, the disciples of both the God brothers, also sat there surrounding both of them. Okay, so remember, it was a wonderful sight, wonderful sight. So, we all, his disciple, so Sridhar Maharaj's disciples, Swami Prabhupada's disciples, all sat together, surrounding both their gurus and absorbed in listening to Harikatha hours after hours. And some parts of their Harikatha exchanges, I repeat, some portions of their Krishna Katha exchanges were in Bengali, some portion in English. From time to time, when both of them are just naturally speaking in their native language in Bengali, the other Western disciples couldn't understand. They were so eager, hankering after understanding what these both beloved God brothers were speaking in Bengali in their native language. But there's no translator, no interpreter at that time. So they were thinking, we're missing so much. Both the God brothers were smiling at each other, laughing and speaking to each other with so much feelings, and we don't understand anything. Because they are speaking in Bengali, they are enjoying so much, relishing so much, and we are deprived of understanding it. And in those days, I was also not knowing English so much. So it was, none of us were expert to translate into English then and there. Okay, from Bengali into English. So, then at some point, some of his disciples already asked him. They could not have patience and asked their Gurudev, Swami Prabhupada ji, Prabhupada, what you are discussing with Sridhar Maharaj, tell us. He looked at them with a normal grave voice, a grave affectionate voice, say, if I tell you, you will all faint. So, better you don't understand now. If I tell you all, you're going to faint. Period. So, beautiful. And they were looking at us, thinking, we are so fortunate because we understood Bengali. We are Bengali, so we are all understanding. They are Bengali speaking. Anyway, yes, so their Harikatha exchanges, their Krishna Katha were composed of both, in both languages, manifested in both languages, English as well as Bengali. But sometimes, often, they spoke in Bengali more intimate things, discussing among themselves more intimate topics about Siddhanta, connecting with Radha Krishna Leela or Siddhanta, esoteric Siddhanta, mostly in Bengali. But it was flowing naturally between them. And also, so I also found, he also wanted to speak in Bengali because might be after long time he was coming to see Sridhar Maharaj and now speaking in his own native language, Mahaprabhu's language. So Swami Prabhupada ji also wanted to speak more in Bengali to Guru Maharaj rather than English because that's what he had been doing it throughout the months in the West. So he was really relishing to discuss something in Mahaprabhu's own language, in his own native language, in Bengali with Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj also reciprocating in the same language. Okay. But they are all recorded. Fortunately, none of them was missed, all recorded. And then they got translated into English also later. All their Bengali conversations also got translated into English, so you can all know. You can also learn all of them. So, I remember. Both the God brothers would be absorbed in their exchanges, very happy, special exchanges of Krishna Katha, hours after hours. Sometimes Guru Maharaj would speak, sometimes Guru Maharaj would be speaking to him, he would be listening and relishing with a joy. Other time he would be speaking and Guru Maharaj would be listening. Srila Guru Maharaj would be relishing. Mutual reciprocation, the embodiment, ideal example of dadati pratigrihinati, guhya makhyati prichhati, bhungte bhojayati chaiva, sarvidhanga pritilakshanam. What Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu explained in his writings, Upadeshamritam, in Upadeshamritam writing, the six kinds of qualities, qualifications, signs of pure devotion. Okay, it has been described through that verse. Dadati pratigrihinati guhya makhyati prichhati bhungte bhojayati chayuva sarvidhanga pritilakshanam. In this way, many wonderful verses there. One of them. So, and we could see that, we could witness exemplary way. We could witness that reality described, explained by Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu. 6 signs of the pure devotion. We could see them manifesting in their reciprocation, in their conduct and behavior, in their reciprocations, exchanges. The signs, the description are becoming alive, living examples. I could feel, for the first time in my life, I could feel into that. Oh, what Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu described in his verse is wonderfully manifesting, almost getting personified, being embodied, exemplified in the reciprocation of both these pure devotees, in the field of their exchanges. See, it was tangibly felt. Something like ideal, staying like principle, high-class principle, ideal, now coming to the reality, becoming translated into reality in our experience by their grace, by some gracious arrangement of the Supreme Divine Lord. It was manifesting before us, in front of us, mercifully manifesting such experience. That of dadati pratigrihinati. Dadati means giving. While pure devotees engage in reciprocating with each other, devotional reciprocations, they give, also they take. Dadati, they are giving. And in reciprocation, they also take. Pratigrihinati. And through that giving and taking, they are not ordinary giving or taking. They are not ordinary business giving, selfish giving or selfish taking. It's a transcendental giving and transcendental taking. What Rupa Goswami Prabhu is talking about. That of divine nature, transcendental nature. So, means they are sharing, with full caring and sharing, they are giving. Okay, the mode of transcendental way of sharing, giving, and also receiving. In reciprocation, in return also receiving so much, taking transcendentally. Dadati and then pratigrihinati, accepting. Accepting, receiving. And both transaction through heart and heart. No formal transactions. No formal business or any kind of casual business. It is between heart and heart. Between soul and soul. Super soul and super soul. That is the nature of such giving and taking. Dadati pratigrihinati. Then good. And what sort of giving and taking? Through that, then describing, through that give and take, okay, they are actually revealing the confidential, esoteric realization, sharing their own esoteric, divine realizations, okay, devotional, loving devotional realizations with each other. That's what they are giving, and that's what they are taking through mutual reciprocations. Okay, when the pure devotees make exchanges, divine exchanges between them, everything intensely and purely related with Krishna by different aspects, different tastes and aspects. So through all their giving and taking, what they are having from each other is something, some wonderful wealth, some esoteric treasure of Krishna consciousness, esoteric nectar, some nectarian experience of their realization about Radha Krishna. That's what they are giving, sharing, and that's what they are also taking, exchanging between each other. So, and through such exchange, both of them are having both. Okay, pure devotees. One pure devotee, through acceptance, see, by giving his own inner, intimate nectarian wealth, nectarian treasure, by sharing that with another pure devotee. So what is happening? That devotee, other pure devotee, also getting enriched with that experience of him which is given. Similarly, in return, that devotee also giving back his own esoteric experience, nectarian treasure, sharing with other devotee. So they are complementing with each other and getting enriched. Okay, getting enriched with the help of sharing their own esoteric realizations. Both of them are getting enriched by the mutual reciprocations of the nectarian taste, of the nectarian treasure of Krishna consciousness. That is dadati pratigrihinati. Through that, there is a revelation of innermost, the revelation of the inner nectarian treasure of Radha Krishna Leela, realization and release of Radha Krishna Leela, Siddhanta, all being shared. So by such giving and taking, they are enriching with each other. Enriching each other. That way. Gujjam akhyati prichhati. Next line. Revealing one's own mind and secret, very privately, confidential way. Means revealing to each other, they're revealing own heart's esoteric, innermost nectarian realization. And also giving that, sharing it, also at the same time, prichhati, inquiring deeper into that world, if there is anything further, available, further nectar available, coming. The source is infinite. Both of them, they realize, source is simply infinite. So, what is given to me, what I have accepted, it is not everything. There can be further revelation, manifestation of the further nectarian treasure. Gujyama khati prichhati. So, also with intense inquisitiveness, wanting further, inquiring, revealing one's own mind and heart, nectarian realization about Krishna, Radha Krishna. manifesting, revealing in their heart. So not only sharing that, again inquiring each other. Okay, if there is anything further, okay, go deeper. They want to dive deeper, go higher, like we find in Rai Ramananda Sangbado. Rai Ramananda Sangbado, Mahaprabhu say, Eho bacha, age kaho aar. Go deeper or go higher and higher and unending. There is no end to that. Okay, so that is the mode. Explained through that the two words, Guhyam Akkati Prichhati. Okay, Prichhati. Guhyam means secret. Secret Leela of the Lord means something reserved from the esoteric section. Not made generally, not made available, okay, in a general way. So much, that's so valuable. Okay, so valuable. Therefore it is said, it is recognized as invaluable. No price can be given. There cannot be any price, therefore priceless. So, no end. As Mahaprabhu showed. That's what Mahaprabhu revealed through Rai Ramananda Sangbad. Rai Ramananda, go higher, go higher, go higher, or go deeper. And then at last, cover his mouth. When Rai Ramananda manifested the esoteric, very mystical, esoteric truth of that same Gaurango, the same Radha Krishna actually appeared as Gaurango. Okay, through his song, Pahile hi rago nayano bhange bhelo, anudino baharolo, abodhi na gelo. That song. At some point Mahaprabhu could understand. He was directly pointing out, meaning to Mahaprabhu, that the same Radha Krishna appeared. Same Radha Krishna became combined, Rasaraja Krishna and Mahabhava Swarupini Srimati Radharani. They became combined, became unified together and became Lord Gauranga. Appeared as Lord Gauranga. As soon as he was going to manifest, say that, indicate towards that through his song, Mahaprabhu blocked his lips, covered his lips, saying, no more. He could not say, go higher. At that point, he did not want to reveal about himself more, Mahaprabhu. Covered his mouth. See, and at some point, ultimately, he gave darshana. To Rai Ramananda Prabhu, he gave that darshana. সম্মুখে দেখিয়ে তব কাঞ্চন পঞ্চালিকা তার পিতকান্তে স্বর্ণকান্তে তব সর্ব অঙ্গ ঢাকা. At some point, Rai Ramananda could realize, Rasaraj Mahabhav Duya Ekaru. He could realize the Rasaraj Krishna and Mahabhava Swarupini Srimati Radhika combined together became Gauranga. As soon as he realized, Mahaprabhu gave him that darshana. Okay, immediately he realized, and he could not hold himself anymore. He could no more hold his normal consciousness. Simply lost his normal consciousness and fell on ground, unconscious. Because with such overwhelming nectarine experience, blissful experience of his realization, Rai Ramananda Prabhu could no more hold his normal position. He lost. It was so overwhelming, overpowering. He lost his external consciousness and fell on ground. Then at some point, by touching his hand on his head, Rai Ramananda's head, Mahaprabhu called him up. Rai Ramananda, wake up. Then as soon as Rai Ramananda woke up, found Mahaprabhu in this beautiful sannyasi form, he was very amazed. so surprised, thinking, just few moments before, I found him such a transcendental way. Okay, in a very great name, Rasaraj or Krishna this way and Radharani, both are together. I saw same sannyasi in togetherness, in unified form, but I could recognize he is Rasaraj or Krishna, he is Mahabhava Swarupini, Srimati Radha, unified form. Then all of a sudden I am seeing him in sannyasi form. What happened? Still, that feelings was not gone away. Still, it was still staying. What he saw just prior to that, combined form of Rasaraj and Mahabhava, Krishna. Wonderful experience. So Rai Ramananda Prabhu already had that darshan of Gaura Tattva, transcendental vision about the Tattva of Mahaprabhu at the end. So that was a great reward. He rewarded Rai Ramananda Prabhu with that priceless gift by giving him that darshana. And Swarup Damodar Goswami Prabhu explained that. He presented that reality in his verse, Chaitanya Charitamrita, while describing about Mahaprabhu. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikitil Ladini Shakti Rashmat. Through that verse. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikitil Ladini Shakti Rashmat Ekatmana Bhuvi Bhuvi Pura Deha Bhedam Gatauto Chaitanya Khyanga Prakato Madhuna Taddayan Chaikamaptam Radha Bhavadhuti Shubalitam Naumi Krishna Sharupam. And I'm branching out now. coming back to the same point of discussing about Srila Prabhupada, Swami Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj together. So see, we had that ambrosial experience. We had that wonderful ambrosial experience in our life. I have that hearing Harikatha, like drinking the nectar of their Harikatha for hours after hours on different occasions between those two pure exalted devotees, Krishna Katha. And we could have some glimpse of realization into that verse, Tabo Katha Mritang Tapto Jivanam Kavi Viriritang Kalmashapaham Sravana Mangalang Srimadatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Te Bhurida Janaha. I'm not going into explanation then. There will be no time. If I go to explain into the meanings of this verse, another whole world. So, yes. Dadati pratigrihnati gujyamakhati prichhati. Yes, I started from that verse. So I go back to that verse. Then bhungte bhojayati chaiva sarvidhang pritilakshanam. Bhungte, himself tasting, relishing. Bhojayate, also making other devotees relish the same. What he is tasting, a pure devotee is tasting himself or herself, also making other devotees, fellow devotees of Krishna, taste that same nectar, bhojayate chaiva, like Mahaprasad. As we taste the delicious Mahaprasad, we ourselves are tasting, we are ourselves relishing the delicious taste of Mahaprasad, while we ourselves are relishing the delicious Mahaprasad, also giving others the same delicious taste by feeding Mahaprasadam. In the spiritual world, it happens through exchanges, through reciprocation, through transcendental sharing and caring, called Ishtagoshti. Therefore, Ishtagoshti is very much needed. We must be doing Ishtagoshti time to time. Another word of Ishtagoshti is Sankirtana, mode of Sankirtana. Sankirtana doesn't always necessarily mean only chanting and singing, but speaking, discussing, divine discussions. speaking in praise, glories, singing, chanting, okay, singing. We sometimes say, wonderful way of expressions. Speaking Harikatha, speaking the glories of Lord, chanting the glories of Lord, singing the glories of Lord. All are Harikathas, singing Krishna Katha. We have to understand. On the plane of Goloka Vrindavana, on the super perfect plane of the Goloka Vrindavana, we learn from Brahma Samhita. Every word becomes sung. Every word is a song. Every walking step becomes a dancing step. Every way of expression becomes happy love expression in relation to Lord. Everything is so filled with sweetness and nectar from the beginning to end. Okay? Nothing is normal there. Super normal. Transcendentally normal, not ordinarily normal. Okay? Transcendentally normal ways. That is the experience, divine experience of the original abode of Krishna, Goloka Vrindavana. Every word is a song, every walking step is a dance, every glance is a love glance, joyful love glance to each other in relation to divine couple. There, every river is flowing with the nectar, no ordinary water, simply flowing with the nectar. Wind is blowing, the fragrance, most wonderful fragrance. Wind is filled with wonderful fragrance. Rivers are filled with nectarian flow of nectar. Birds, animals, trees, plants, flowers, all filled with inexplicable bliss experience, relish. Soils are made of gemstones, more than gemstones, but they are all living at the same time. Nothing is dead matter over there. The soils, the ground, even all the utensils, parts and utensils used in Krishna Leela, utilized, all are living. They are just posing different ways, simply posing to serve Radha Krishna from different levels, different dynamics, but all are living. Nothing is there like dead matter. The gemstones or soil or any utensil, all are living type, alive. They are all conscious beings there, but posing in the Shanta Rasa. Some are posing in Shanta Rasa, some are posing more in Dasha Rasa, other to serve divine couple. Such is the nature of the transcendental plane of perfection. Super excellent plane of super excellent blissful perfection. That is Krishna Loka, Goloka. The term Goloka means full sphere. The derivative meaning of Goloka means it's all full, all around, this way, this way. Okay. Although this round shape has got a limit, but Goloka doesn't have any limit. But just to give us some idea about that is explain. Goloka means full-fledged, well-rounded, full-rounded, full-fledged, everything. Everything is full-fledged in its being, in its presence. That is Goloka. In relation to the divine couple. Back to the point. Tesang satata yuktanang bhajatang pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tang yenamam upayanti te. Then tesamevānukampartham mahamabhyanajang tamah nashayam atma bhavastu jnanadipena bhasvata. Still remember, hearing both the God brothers, at some point both the God brothers are overwhelmed. I'm deeply absorbed in explaining the inner meaning of this verse. And they relished it so much. Esoteric meaning of such verse. Tesang satatayuktanang bhajatang pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tang yenama upajantite. Then next verse, Teshamevanu parthang mahamagya najangatama nashayam matma bhavastu jnanadipena bhashrata. Another verse they also discuss like Opiche suduracharo bhajati mam anannabhak sadhureva samantappa sammak bhavusito hisa kshiprang bhavati dharmatma shashachanting nigachati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. Then these are from verses from Bhagavad-gita, some other verses from Srimad Bhagavatam also in this way. So, if you have Bhagavad-gita, you can read out. You have Bhagavad-gita here. You can read out the meanings of
Well, I have it on my
verses.
phone, yes.
Can you find out that verse starting with Tesang?
There's one here, Prabhu.
Yeah, this is one of the core verses of the Gita.
Yeah, Tesang Satatayuktanang, starting with
10.8.
Tesang Satatayuktanang Bhajatang Pritipurvakam. I can explain fully, but it will be easier if you just
Yeah.
read out the translation.
I'm looking at it. Then we must stop, Maharaj, because we're running out of time.
Yes, this is.
As yet to have prasad. Have you found it?
The English translation?
Read out, please read out.
Verse 10, yeah? To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Yes. Then also please read the next verse. Te samevanu partham mahamagya najang. Found it?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
Yes. Now, there is general meaning, common general meaning of both the verses. There's also very specific esoteric meanings. And Srila Guru Maharaj was engaged in explaining, sharing with Srila Swami Prabhupada esoteric meaning of the second verse. Questioning, lovingly questioning, putting a query. If already those devotees are already engaged, they are already so devotionally engaged in serving Krishna, then why misery will come? Why they have to be liberated from some misery out of some ignorance? It doesn't make sense. Because they are already advanced devotees. Read the meaning of the first verse. They are already on the advanced level.
To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Sure. So they are already constantly devoted. So they are already ananna bhakta. Means they have already become pure devotees of Krishna, constantly devoted in his service with love, constantly absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So they already achieved the advanced state, of devotional qualification. Then it is okay. It is quite understandable. Krishna wants to enrich them further, rewarding them more, saying that dadami buddhi yogam tang yeno mam upajantite. Then upon seeing their adherence to me, upon understanding, feeling their exclusive devotion unto me, their devotional engagement in my service, I want to reward them more. I am so pleased, I want to reward them more. And what is that? Dadami buddhi yogam tang yenoma upajantite. So I give them such kind of intelligence, such kind of higher intelligence and knowledge or consciousness that they can approach me further. Even they can approach me even higher than that. Here is a great esoteric point is there of Siddhanta, what Guru Maharaj was explaining. See, so look into the nature of their position, those devotees. So they are already devoted to Krishna. They are constantly devoted to Krishna. They are constantly engaged in devotional love service to Krishna. Okay, this way. So they have already got that higher, devotional consciousness. They are already qualified with that higher Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, they won't be constantly devoted to Krishna. They won't receive that qualification. So it is effulgent. It is self-evident over there. Then what is more than that, what Krishna further wants to give? What is more knowledge? Still there is some higher knowledge, higher awareness, higher consciousness, even higher than that stage, what those devotees have already achieved. And that the state they achieve is no ordinary stage, higher stage of devotion, very advanced stage. Still, Krishna wants to reward them, Krishna wants to bless them with further higher devotional knowledge about him. Okay, higher sambandha jnana, higher devotional consciousness, higher divine and devotional consciousness. What is that? Something most wonderful, something very special. Okay, there Guru Maharaj explained how Jenomam upajantite, that Lord Krishna esoterically meant that they can approach me in the mood of the parokia mood of the Brajagopis of Vrindavana. Upayantite, the term means that confidential way, not only attaining me in straight cut positive normal devotional way, but with a specifically devotionally qualified way in the mode of the Brajagopis, in Braja Lila, found in the Braja Lila, Shakya Lila and Parokya Lila. All are dramas. Parokya Lila is none other than big drama for the enhancement, to increase the thirst. Our Guru Maharaj explained, when you create a dam, in the flowing river, a flowing river has got so much current. A flowing river automatically, naturally has so much current and speed, the water. So, but when you even try to check that speed, current, put a dam wall through which you create hydroelectricity. In hydroelectricity project they use that, put a dam blockage. Then they open, create some holes and open. Water goes, they have 10 times speed. And they utilize that speed to roll the turbine, to create the motion of the turbine. They use that speed. So Guru Maharaj gave that example. It's like that. Parokya Lila is like that. When in Shakya Lila of the divine couple, everything is available. Anything they wish, they're easily available. So there is no intensity, no desperate way of seeking, of wanting. It cannot be created because everything is easily available to them. Therefore, Brahmo Bhav, leftist mentality, leftist temperament, therefore some sort of hindrance, obstacles needs to be created in order to enhance for the much greater power, for higher and higher enhancement of the same. And that is found, what is not received through Sakhya Lila of the divine couple, that can be received through Parokya Lila, with so much social restriction, social obligation, impediments between the union of Radharani and Krishna, meeting each other, seeing each other, so many obstacles, social barriers, and so that intensifies both their moods, desires so much to be with each other, to be unified with each other. So that is the speciality, great utility of the Parokiya Bhava. So now Guru Maharaj is saying, see, he was telling Swami Maharaj, Swami Prabhupada, he was also relishing greatly. So after already those devotees achieved, after they already achieved very advanced state of devotion, devotional qualification, they are constantly devoted to Krishna, exclusively devoted, in the love service to Krishna, very advanced state. Then Krishna also wants to give them further knowledge. He wants to further it, wants that to develop further. How? Then that is mentioned, esoterically mentioned, confidentially mentioned in the meaning of that word, last word, upayantite. Dadami buddhi yogamtam yenomam upayantite. I give him such types, such quality of intelligence and awareness or knowledge, consciousness, knowledge, love, consciousness and knowledge, so that they become attached with me, they can relate to me through Parokiya mood, or Bhamma Bhava of the Prema, Krishna Prema. Srila Guru Maharaj was upajantite, upagato. So Guru Maharaj was explaining, and Srila Swami Prabhupada was relishing like anything. Relishing like anything, yes. Wonderful, it's wonderful explanation. There is esoteric meaning in this term. Now it makes sense. What Krishna can give further, further intensify. Like as we intensify, we find the river's current gets intensified. Current becomes intensified 10 times, 12 times, many times when you put the dam, blockage, and then open. Make a little hole of water, comes out forcefully. That is found in Parokiya Bhava, Bhamma Bhava. Srimati Radharani is the supreme epitome of that Bhamma, Anuraga, Bhamma, Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema in the leftist mood. If Krishna is wanting something from her, she is not giving, not easily giving, resisting, so that Krishna's desire intensifies. Krishna's want for that intensifies more for that, and she wants to relish it, and then she will give. Otherwise not. Bhamma Bhava. Anyway, these are all esoteric topics. I do not want to go deeper into it. So, but I remember, back to the point, both the God brothers were relishing this esoteric meaning of such verse. Yenoma upajantite. Then, in the next verse, when Krishna says, I remove their misery, how to say, some distress out of ignorance, darkness of ignorance. It cannot be understood in ordinary way, then it will be totally misunderstood. Because those devotees of the very highest platform, very advanced stage, cannot have any darkness of ignorance. It's just self-contradictory, simply self-contradictory. Then what kind of ignorance, darkness of ignorance Krishna meant there? It has got confidential meanings. It is relatively spoken in the context, while like we can say darkness of separation, darkness of the pain of separation from Krishna. On the other hand, lights of the enlightened feelings of the union with Krishna. These are poetic way. It has to be understood more poetically. So, like when Braja Gopis, facing, experiencing the intense pain caused by the separation from Krishna, Braja Gopis are seeing like darkness around them. Like darkness, all joy of life is gone. Everywhere dark and dark in the absence of their supreme light, supreme effulgence and light. their beloved Lord Krishna. So, then sometimes, at some point, Krishna appears in their life to do away with that darkness of the pain of separation, and again fulfilling their life with effulgence of union with Him. So it has to be poetically understood. So here also similar way, Guru Maharaj was explaining. It's mean, Tesam evanukampartham mahamagga najangatama nashayam matma bhavastu gyanodipena bhashat. Then that's what happens. After they become upogata to me, means after they approach me and become attached with me through parokya bhava, parokya, Krishna Leela, Radha Krishna Leela. Then what happened? They become so attached. Thereafter they become so dedicated and so attached with me. They cannot simply live their life without me. They cannot. So as soon as there's some great pain, they start feeling acute pain of separation from me. So then their mind, what happened caused by the acute pain of separation from me, and due to their intense attachment with me, they cannot take so much acute pain of separation from me. Everything gets dark around them, caused by the acute love pain of separation from me. I am the light of their lives. As if light is gone, everything is gone. All the lights and effulgence of happiness, joy, lights of joy is all gone. Everywhere they start experiencing great darkness of, like illusion, caused by the separation from Krishna. You know, sometimes the word illusion can be poetically used in a positive sense instead of negative sense. Oh, what a beautiful illusion of some beauty. Okay, sometimes in a poetic term, we can use the term illusion to mean something very mystical type, mystical beauty. Okay, it's not like delusion, negative illusion. So here also, I take away, I do away with the darkness of ignorance. Okay, meaning darkness of illusion caused by the pain of my separation, acute love pain of my separation. So then, at some point when I find them, when they find themselves in helplessly acute pain of separation from me and sees dark all around, and they feel deluded, they feel bewildered. In a poetic way, it has to be understood in a poetic sense. Feel bewildered, confused and bewildered how to live their life. They don't know. They don't know how to live their life without me. Everything is dark and dark all around, helpless. So much acute pain, they cannot take it anymore. So that is compared with like feelings, experience of their darkness, dark part of life. And it's misery. They really suffer from a lot of distress. And due to some lot of distress, some sort of, and also organo means ignorance. The meaning of ignorance, the meaning of the term ignorance here has got positive ways. Ignorance means they're innocent. They don't know what to do. They no more have the knowledge of how to live their life without Krishna. They never have experienced such acute pain of separation before in their life. So they feel helpless. Ignorant means they don't know, they are not aware about how to live their life without Krishna. This kind of ignorance. See, they don't have knowledge. They are not experienced in this field. So they cannot, they are on the verge of giving up their life. They are on the verge of dying in separation from Krishna. They don't know how to live their life. They don't have any knowledge. Totally ignorant about how to live their life in absence of Krishna, in separation of Krishna. So that kind of ignorance, that they are totally ignorant of how to live their life without Krishna, in pain of Krishna. They are experiencing, heavily experiencing. So that kind of ignorance, or jnana, means then Krishna graciously appears in their life, okay, to remove that kind of ignorance caused by the extreme pain, acute pain of separation from Krishna, love pain of separation from Krishna, okay, is no ordinary mundane pain of separation. It's transcendental to that. It is very, very sweet, at the same time very painful, like love songs. Guru Maharaj explained how sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest things in a poetic way. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest things. Tragic movies, when we go to watch tragic movies, we're crying and crying, weeping, but something is there, we cannot come away from we still continue to be watching that tragic movie, although we are crying and crying, taking so much pain, but still so much attraction is there. We continue to watch, okay? Like some hot tea, hot elixir in the winter season, okay? We want to drink something hot. It is so cold atmosphere, cold climate. We want to relish the hot drinks, but at the same time sometimes burning the tongue. But yet we want to relish the hot taste. The experience of Krishna, experience of separation from Krishna is something like that. It's just giving idea through example. No example is sufficient to explain really, truly explain what it is. We can have some idea towards only, little idea. We can have some glimpse into that. So here Krishna is mentioning about that ignorance, that kind of ignorance, which is caused by the acute pain of separation from him. Ignorance means they're simply ignorant about how to deal, how to live that kind of life without Krishna, in pain of Krishna, in acute pain of separation from Krishna. They're totally ignorant. So Krishna comes down, he appears, right at that moment, in extreme moments, they're really in need, really desperately in need of help to live their life. Krishna appears, graciously appears with effulgence. He removes the whole affliction. With his own hands he removes graciously, with his gracious hands he removes all their afflictions and misery, distress caused by the acute pain of separation from Krishna, and all their ignorance about how to live life without Krishna. All that, and again refills their life again with effulgence, removing all the darkness of such type of ignorance, filling them in again with the effulgence, nectarian effulgence of the nectarian taste of union with him. That I am here now, no more separation. Your period of separation is over now. Period of such painful, intensely painful period caused by my separation is now over. See, I am here. I am with you. So now I am with you. Okay, so your beloved is now close with you. You are in union with me. So forget about that distress. Okay, he graciously removes all pains of separation. There were all darkness of ignorance about how to live life in separation from Krishna, and now fulfilling their lives with Krishna's own love for them, loving union with them, and make them blissful again, fulfill again. That's the inner meaning of that verse when Krishna says, I remove, how do you say? I do away with all the ignorance.
Remove the
darkness of ignorance, that kind. So it has to be understood poetically. Okay, otherwise, ordinarily it won't make sense, proper sense. How such devotees of such exalted advanced state, of exalted level, can have again some ignorance. Doesn't make sense. It is poetically. to be understood very poetically. So because in the Leela there are so many ways of description which are simply poetic ways. Okay.
It's a shining lamp of knowledge. It says in this particular.
Okay, shining lamp of knowledge. Shining lamp of knowledge. Shining lamp of the knowledge of his own divine love.
Yes.
Love union in their life. That's the total explanation.
Well, that is such a wonderful explanation, Maharaj. And of course, we could sit here. This is a bit like, Parikshit Maharaj listening to Shukadev Goswami. And Parikshit Maharaj, he spent 7 days listening. And I know that you could probably, you could spend 7 days talking. So, but unfortunately...
As his tiny servitor of Shukadev Goswami.
Yes, we have run
being
out
a
of
tiny
time,
servitor.
Maharaj. And Kandalatra has got prasad ready,
Yes.
which is going cold. So
I am humbly
really
putting rest to my Harikatha. No, you are helping. You are also doing your job, your duty required. All right.
But just show that there is unlimited knowledge, and like an Antashesh with unlimited heads and unlimited mouths cannot complete discussion of
that originally that is the nature. That is the nature of Krishna Katha, okay, by its original character. That's what it is. So still so much remaining to describe about Srila Swami Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj's discussion around other verses. But today, this evening I put rest.
Second installment, but
Tomorrow.
it's been wonderful to hear, and you clearly have such a depth and breadth of knowledge. It's astounding. So I'll
gift from their mercy, causeless
all glories
mercy.
to Bhakti Nandan Swami Maharaj.
Oh.
Ki Jai.
All glories to all the assembled devotees, sweet devotees. All glories to all our Guru Varga, their Supreme Lordships, Mahaprabhu and Divine Couple. Hare Krishna.